Hey guys, welcome to a new segment of Nerds in a Bar. We're here with our buddy Sly at Beantown Collectibles.
We do everything. Beantown Collectibles, beantowncollectibles.com, Beantown Collectibles on Instagram, Beantown Collectibles on Facebook. Vintage everything. Vintage toys, vintage sports cards, vintage memorabilia, comic books, you name it, we have it.
And we've known this man for a couple of years, and I got to tell you, he's not kidding when he says he's got a lot of collectibles. He spans the gamut. He does pop culture, he does sports, he does it all.
We do a lot of stuff. That's Alf. You like Alf? We do so much stuff. My motto is, if it exists, we'll find it. So as you can see here, I mean,
you've got everything from Transformers, Star Wars, Burger King.
The magical Burger King.
Tell me what the magical Burger King is.
The magical Burger King. When I was a little kid, I always wanted this. This thing scared me. I was like, ah! Look at just a crazy-looking Burger King doll. And he comes with a magic ring and a foam cheeseburger.
A foam cheeseburger, guys. Tastes like the breakfast we had this morning, probably.
Probably, but the funny thing is, the foam cheeseburger is almost worth as much as the figure because nobody has it.
Because nobody, and the ring. Wow. So those are the things that get lost in the world of missing toys.
Missing toys, all the good stuff gets lost. Everybody knows that when they had old toys, the action figure, like the pieces, the hat, the helmet, the gun, always got vacuumed up in the vacuum cleaner by your mom. So, yeah, that's the stuff that's worth the most money now, believe it or not.
So we have to go back to the trash heaps and pull out all the mom's garbage pails or vacuum bags from 50 years ago?
Yeah, well, actually, somebody actually did that with the, the E.T. Atari videotapes. They buried them all, and it was the shittiest video game of all time for Atari. It was worth like $1 at one point, and no one cared. I guess they buried like 50 pallets of them in a trash heap somewhere in California. A few years ago, it's on YouTube. They went back and dug them up.
No shit.
And people bought them for like $1,000 for a rotten video game. So, I mean, when people laugh at me with this stuff,
Yeah, well, think about the guy who had the Mario game stuck in the back of his desk drawer that went for like some stupid amount of money just, half a year ago.
People always ask me stuff like that. They're like, do you believe that? I don't really believe his Mario game was stuck in the back of the desk drawer. I think the guy had it stashed. I mean, a lot of people, they come out with stuff like this. They're like this, $500 Stormtrooper. So I had this in the back of my closet. I'm like, really?
Wait. There have been finds like that, false bottom drawers with a series of comics from the early 30s that wound up selling at Sotheby's for some ridiculous amount of money. I mean, they showed the picture. It was a false bottom. The guy bought the desk, opened it up, and started cleaning it out. And as he put the drawer down, it tipped over.
I believe that. I don't know if I believe that.
So you think the stories are what make the sound?
So let me ask you a question. If you had a false bottom on a desk, you're putting your Superman comic in there? Wouldn't you be hiding gold, jewels, the plans to the space shuttle, something like that? I mean, come on. You're putting your Superman comic in there? I mean, let's be honest.
Well, maybe somebody is back from the future and had some foresight.
Maybe. When was that? So it was like a Superman comic from the 40s. So, like, wouldn't it have been like atomic energy plans or the Russians' plans to conquer out, something? No, I put a Superman comic in a false bottom, and 70 years from now, someone's going to sell it for $2 million. I don't know.
It's the story that sells the item down the road, apparently.
True. Yeah. There's stories about a lot of this. There's stories like, for instance, I got a great story for you right here, right? This right here is the greatest American hero action figures, right? And we'll put those out. There's a great story here. Mego, 1981, right? Great toy company. They've been around forever. One day, they're making these in their factory, and, somebody calls down to the plant manager or something, turn off the presses. Why? Oh, we just went bankrupt. We're closing. That's like the legit story of what happened. And I talked to the guy. There's a guy here that worked at Mego. They went to work one day like it was a regular day. These guys show up at work, and they're like, oh, we're out of business. The plant's closed. These figures were actually on the assembly line when the plant closed. So obviously, they didn't fulfill their contract. Obviously, they didn't get to stores. Obviously, they're rare. Flash forward now, I got these a while back. They were in baggies because that's how they blew them out in 1981, like by the pound.
Right.
And anyone, like for a dime each, sell them for 50 cents in your retail store. I had them graded, and even when they graded them, they were like, wow, these are extremely rare. Like, we don't see these.
What is something like this right here, right now, going for?
$3,000. $3,000 for two figures. And I might be shortchanging myself. I've had a couple auction houses say, hey, put it in an auction. We could probably get more for you. I have it online right now. I think 2,700 or 2,800, something around there. But it is extremely rare, especially the red guy. But there's the story behind it, just like the Mexican wax packs for Star Wars. We sold it yesterday. We had a Mexican wax pack, graded, sealed, Star Wars. The story is they made them, and I guess the boat was at the dock and it sank. And most of them were destroyed. Some of them floated to the surface and people got them. I sold the pack for $1,000. It was graded. But yeah, I mean, that like, and people are like, did the boat really sink? Look online. You go on Google. It's in the news. Like the boat sank with the Star Wars cards on it at the dock. Like, how does that happen? I don't even know.
Reality is stranger than fiction, my friend.
It really is. It really. And you guys know. You guys are in bars all the time. I'm sure crazy things happen.
Oh, yes, they do, especially if I'm involved.
Yeah, you just showed up at the show at noontime. You're like, we just woke up. I mean, it must be fun. You know, I was here at 9, you know, but yeah, we have everything.
We're working it. We're having fun at it.
That's true. Well, I'm having fun, too. Don't worry.
You're in your element here.
Yeah.
I know you long enough to know you love this shit.
Yeah.
And your girls are making fun of the whole situation.
Yeah, they're walking around, but the girls were rolling in at like 1 o'clock in the morning. That when she's not working, she's getting hit on by like every dealer at the show. I don't know if she wants to come. Do you want to come over and say hi? Come over for a minute. She's been with me for how long?
Come into the middle. Come into the middle.
There you go. Interview Hutch.
Okay. So, Hutchery, how did you get involved with Sly?
So one of my friends from high school was in his family, and so
Family friend.
yeah.
That's cool.
So
he's kind of like an uncle, a wise old uncle to
I don't
you?
know about that. I'm not wise. I'll tell you something about her. So I knew she got hired. I didn't know who she was, right? We also do the fending at Fenway Park, the Red Sox, the Boston Garden. She got hired, and my manager's sending me the numbers at the end of the night, and I see this girl, Dree. I'm like, wow. And she sold a lot of stuff. I'm like, all right, maybe she got lucky. Over the weekend, I was away at a wedding. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This girl killed it. So obviously they get paid by how much they sell. I'm like, wow, this girl's selling a lot of stuff. I'm like, maybe she's a big Red Sox fan or something, right? Also, I'm getting texts from everybody. Wow, the girl at KT is really hot. Wow, the girl at KT knows what she's doing. Wow, the girl at KT, the girl at KT. I'm like, dude, who is this girl? I'm like, is Megan Fox work for me and I don't know? Like, what's going on here, right? I go down there on Monday, and I go to KT, and she's working. And the whole Red Sox staff's there, the security, the head of security, all the parking attendants, even some players, right? They're all standing there, and everyone's just watching. She's selling everything. I walk over. I go over to her. I buy a program. I stand there. I come back to all the guys. We're all just looking. He goes, did you just buy your own program from your own employee? Yep.
yeah.
Everyone's quiet. We're all looking. All the guys out here love this story. Yep. And then she's moving her cart. She goes over, and we're all there. And the whole Red Sox, all the players, everyone's all looking like that. And I'm like, yeah, we're holding on to her for a while. She'll be our regular Gate D girl for the rest of the season.
That's fun.
Yeah, and her numbers are through the roof. And then you bring her here, and
So, what do you prefer selling more?
Definitely this.
Toys.
Yes.
Why?
The people are definitely entertaining, to say the least.
Oh, we are entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, it's fun.
You like nerds? Look at I got her with that. What kind of guys
I'm on
do you like?
camera right now.
Yeah, you're on camera. Tell it's nerds in a bar. Tell them what you
nerds
like.
in a bar. What do you
What
like?
kind of guys do you like?
Are you the motorcycle
She's
guy
single.
type?
Yes.
I know, the bad boy look.
What else?
I don't know what y'all talking about. I gotta go. I gotta get back.
That's why she's here, folks.
In light of what we've already discussed,
Yes.
is there an item here that you didn't think would sell that sold for more than it was what you thought?
No, I have my pulse. I have my pulse on everything. I mean, here the stuff is priced. When I put stuff in auctions, I've had a couple pieces in the last few months go for big money in auctions that I didn't think was going to go.
So give me an example of one.
I sold a Michael Jordan rookie about a year ago during the boom, during the pandemic.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yep, and I sold it for $15,000, and I'm like, oh wow, because we only paid like $2,000. The company paid $2,000 for it a few years ago, and then it went up to like $30,000. I was like,
But you made money.
yeah, we made money, but I would have liked to make more money. I mean, that's what we're in the business of. But I mean, this stuff's on fire. I mean, yesterday, our first sale of the day, guy came in, bought some figures, sold a bunch of Voltron stuff. That's what that hole is. I had to put a Ninja Turtle there. This stuff, no one has it. We have it. We're the biggest vintage toy dealer in New England. And, people are like, oh, can you do any better? I'm like, no. Because guess what? Once Luke Skywalker in the package sealed completely is gone, I can't like order more of them. My DeLorean doesn't have any gas. So that's what I tell people. And I think people are starting to get that. People are really starting to, that's what's driving the price up. The reality of it is the old stuff, the first three that came out when we were kids, that's all this stuff. And then Mandalorian. Mandalorian saved the franchise.
Oh my God.
Saved the
Tremendous.
franchise. And everyone's waiting for Boba Fett. I mean, the last few movies, they didn't do it right. Favreau got it right with Mandalorian. Look at that.
How much?
So that's going for $650 right now. So this one has all the parts in the box, even though the box is ripped. The guy goes, top of the box is ripped. I'm like, dude, most of it's there and it's complete. I go, his gun alone is like $100 online. I said, it's all here in the top of the box. I said, if the box was on there, I'd probably be asking $750. So I'm surprised this is still here because we sold a couple of loose ones yesterday. So
What's the loose one going for on my shoulder?
that one I would do for $100 because he's got a backpack. You need to come buy some of this stuff because remember, folks, you need to spend your money. You know why? You can't take it with you. The Pharaohs tried, okay? So buy stuff.
There you go. You heard it here first from Beantown Collectibles, Sly. All right, guys, for Nerds in a Bar, I'm Batman Mark, the Gilness behind the camera. Adios.